Hello and good day to you. Welcome, Andy here. I want to make a quick video regarding this because some of you may be aware of what's going on and some of you maybe don't know. It's very difficult to understand what is going on because unless you are wide awake, I say wide awake as in being fully aware, knowledgeable, then all of this will seem very, very natural, very sensible. And of course, it's coming in with the idea of a totalitarianism, communistic sort of way of life. And how they're doing it? Well, yes, that's the idea. First of all, you have to create a problem and then offer the solution. One of those is the new thing that was mentioned in my other video, digital ID. They want to bring that in. And again, it was here, 2 or 3 years ago for the Tony Blairs of the world wanting this, and then people said, no, so they dropped it. But unfortunately, the idea is back. It's back big time. Digital ID, and of course they're blaming the idea of illegal immigration and the fact that it will control people coming into the country, working here illegally, blah, blah, blah. But as we all know, if we know this, it won't work. It will not do what it says on the tin. All part of the scheme. Control you. And of course, once they have digital ID, then they can do CBDC. Yes, digital money, which they can control. If they don't want you to buy pizzas, then your currency in that will be blocked. It's not real money, it's virtual money, you could say. So, and they have control. So you can't just go out and spend cash. There is no cash. What else have we got? Well, we have the idea of these limited areas where you can go, i.e. they tried to bring into Oxford, LTN, low traffic network area, so you can't drive through. So that's been repealed in some places, but obviously it is part of the plan. 15-minute cities, they call it. The other major issue that we've had recently is the WHO. No, not the band. The World Health Organization. And the majority of the countries that belong to the WHO, not the band, they've signed to agree to the pandemic treaty, the amendments to it. This will allow the WHO, not the band, to dictate whether there's going to be a pandemic, whether there's going to be a shutdown, whether you have to have various medical treatments, and it will be binding. However, not in the UK, because we have not, even though Mr. Starmer has signed away this agreement, it's not law. They can ask all they want, but it's not law in the UK yet. Obviously, that is going to be something that we've mentioned here. They want to bring that in, and if they do, then anything that the WHO says, not the band, anything that they say that you have to do, then you will have to do as a lawful thing, and they can look into maybe fining you or putting you in prison. Don't forget we saw all this a few years ago in Australia and Canada, where they had built camps for people that would not comply, put them in there until they did. Now, all of that is part of the agenda that we have coming in. And part of that will be including social credit. So if you're a good boy or a good girl, then you get rewards. And if you're bad, you get punished.
It is a system where people considered good citizens are rewarded and those rated bad or dishonest can be punished. China's experimental social credit rating taking a new level from the start of this month, in fact. Now, the process made possible thanks to the collection of masses of data in all areas of its citizens' private and public life. And it is set to be implemented nationally in 2020. However, as Katrina Yu, Antoine Vedi and Charlie Wang report, social credit already being tested in some Chinese cities.
Imagine a society where everything you do, everything you say, and everything you buy is controlled and evaluated by the authorities. It's not science fiction. In China, it's a reality. From now on, citizens' lives are rated and assessed. This is what the Chinese Communist Party calls social credit.
Here's our chart of excellence models. I'm the second one.
In Fulushan, the villages have been rated for a year. There are good citizens who contribute to the community, and bad ones, those who, for example, leave their trash out. Chong Kejong is featured on the Wall of Honor because of his exemplary behavior.
It's because I help to keep the village clean. I also help people improve our environment, and I help people become wealthier. I'm proud, but it's also a lot of pressure, because when you're on this wall, you always want to be better.
The social credit rating system began testing 5 years ago in approximately 30 Chinese cities. It will be rolled out across the entire country by 2020. Good citizens will benefit from discounts on their bills and will be able to get bank loans more easily. Bad citizens will be banned from buying train or plane tickets. For the Communist Party, this system is a way to punish and exclude those they judge to be disturbing the harmony of Chinese society.
By using the mechanism of social credit, we'll be able to establish a blacklist of people and create a system of punishment that will be based on a scientific theory. These punishments will serve as a whip to rebuild moral values. Our society needs it.
Located halfway between Beijing and Shanghai, Rongcheng was one of the first cities to implement social credit in 2013. In the streets, portraits of its best citizens are displayed on posters, like this soldier who saved 2 people from drowning.
This system of social credit influences us, and it also encourages us to not engage in bad behavior.
For example, when we drive, we let pedestrians cross, and when we queue to get on the bus, we don't jump the queue. It seems those who have good marks get discounts on their bills.
In this building, the officials of Rongcheng assign a rating to its inhabitants. We were able to sneak inside and film discreetly for a few minutes. Here, the agents collect data provided by the police, courts, and tax office. Each resident is then given a rating from the letter D for not-so-good citizens to AAA for the best. This also applies to companies. This woman has just obtained the maximum score for her architecture firm.
These are my company records. When I need to respond to calls for tenders, it proves that my company is well rated. The higher the A rating is, the more reliable the company. It's a score obtained by all means. The company must not have conducted illegal actions and pay taxes accordingly.
Reward good citizens and punish bad people. Human rights activist Hu Jia is already blacklisted. Deprived of his passport for 10 years, his movements are limited. He says the social credit system will allow authorities to more easily punish those who do not pledge allegiance to the party.
In China, the people who will lose the most credit are those who do not agree with the Communist Party. We can't criticize society or the current system, nor should we say bad things about the highest levels of power and the leader. In fact, this social harmony desired by the party is set to maintain the stability of society, but it only serves to guarantee the monopoly of its power.
For China's population, already scrutinized by the country's 117 million surveillance cameras, the social credit system only signals a further decline in freedom.
Now, I do know somebody that has been to China, and I'm going to try and get an interview with them because they told me that there's no such thing, that this is all a load of rubbish, that there is no such social credit, there is no digital money, there is no, it's all whatever, usual sort of thing, cash or credit card. You can do anything like that, but there is nothing like this. So obviously somewhere in China there must be, because obviously the video highlights it. But if you look at what's happening there, if it is true, if you're a good boy or girl and you do, you behave yourself, you do what you're told, like a good little slave, I mean, what life is that going to be? What life are you going to have? Total control of your life. Where you go, what you do, what you eat, even travel. They are linking that into your carbon credit with this whole net zero. So you can see that this whole thing is quite dangerous, and it is coming in. Basically, it is coming in. Slowly but surely, unless more people wake up. And there is time, but we are running out of time. Anyway, so that's it, and I will try and update you again when I know some more. Do your own research. Go and research this stuff. It's out there. You just have to not use MSM, mainstream media. That's it from me. Have a very good day and keep well. Bye for now.